I just wanted to bring everyone up to speed as to the incidents happening here today. The situation has come to a close. SWAT officers began deploying gas inside the home in an effort to have our suspect exit in the most peaceful manner that we could. Phone calls were made. Hostage negotiators had spent the entire time trying to get him on the phone to make this as a calm and peaceful resolution as we possibly could. We have learned that our suspect, Larry Zamora, 37 years of age, has died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. No rounds were fired by our officers. All officers are safe. The family, as you saw, has been notified by us. They're just asking that that privacy of the family be respected at this time. They may want to come and speak to you at another time later in the day. I will bring you up to speed on to the victims in this case. 39-year-old female has undergone a second surgery, and the 9-month-old infant are literally fighting for their lives. We continue to do the investigation. At this point, the community will slowly be re-entered into their homes. And unfortunately, this situation has resulted with far too many people clinging to life and our suspect losing his life at his own hands. I would open it up at this time to questions if you have any. I will answer what I have at this point.
What sort of measures? We saw several vehicles, and can you just go down the agencies and what sort of trucks we got out here?
And we have well over 100 officers that are out here on scene that are doing investigation, background investigation. I can confirm that he was a known gang member in the northern gang structure. The investigators are getting that information now. We have multiple tactical officers out here on scene, as well as allied agencies that are had resources in plan for a long process. Could have been several days, and unfortunately it ended in this manner, so those resources are beginning to be pulled back. Visalia Police Department was incredibly helpful. So was the Kings County Sheriff's Office, as well as other surrounding agencies. Porterville Police Department and others had provided resources to come in at a later time if this became a very extensive, time-consuming scenario. Tulare Police Department, I can't compliment the good chief here enough with the resources of his people. We did have 3 tactical teams on scene, which was the Visalia Police Department, the Tulare Police Department, and then the Sheriff's Office tactical team. We're all on scene. Our Bearcat is equipped with a long pole, if you will, that we can insert gas into the home with the extension of that pole, and that was used. I do. On the victims, I do, but really for the integrity of the case, we have to hold on to that until a later time.
The gunshot wound to the suspect?
Gunshot wound to the suspect we're holding on to as well. I can confirm it was self-inflicted, though.
Any more information on what kind of weapons he was using?
We do. It was, we're being told that it was a MAC-10, which has the capability of being either semi-automatic or fully automatic .45 caliber weapon.
Any details on that weapon?
We're looking into that now. As the officers, what we did is we deployed a robot with a video capability, and on that robot it also has the ability to shoot a shotgun round to open doors. As the robot came into the hallway, the video feed to our officers in their van could see the suspect lying in the hallway right next to this weapon.
Sheriff, the entire hostage situation, any of his family members tried to talk to him?
I'm sorry?
Any of his family members tried to talk to him? What went on inside?
No, he quit communication with us. He wouldn't, actually we learned from the phone company that the phone was physically turned off.
So can you maybe just briefly go down the rundown, so that robot went in, and that's how you guys were able to find out that he was deceased. Could you just run down how that went?
Well, what we want to do is begin to open the window, so to speak, for us to see exactly which rooms that we can enter into safely. The garage door was pulled off. We could see inside the garage. He obviously wasn't there. The robot was then deployed through the front door and moved down the hallway where he was located in the hallway in actually a pool of blood next to his weapon.
And that robot opens doors like it.
It has a gripping, turning handle on the end of it. We can get you pictures of it later, but it can open doors.
How long were you going back and forth with him while he was in the house before you sent the robot in?
I'll have to look up the exact times. The robot was just put in less than an hour ago. So we did hear some gunshots. The officers felt as if they were being shot at. We do believe that he was pointing the gun out a back window and shooting at officers in the back area. But we didn't hear any gunshots after that. So that's when we sent in the robot, not suspecting at this point that he had died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. But as the robot entered, we saw that that was the case.
Whose house is this?
I have it. I just can't give it to you right now.
When you have a situation like this, and obviously you'd mentioned before it's extremely volatile, you have to evacuate houses nearby. Why do you take those measures?
Well, obviously the important thing for us, for the chief, and for all the law enforcement agencies is the safety of our community. We don't want a suspect to jump fences and go into other people's homes and create a hostage situation, so the homes are evacuated. And in the event of a stray round or stray bullet, when gunfire takes place, those bullets don't stop until they hit something solid. So we don't want a bullet to go through a wall and hit an innocent person. So we did everything we could to get as many people out of the area as we could. And the police department, the Tulare Police Department, the Sheriff's Office in this case, did an outstanding job in getting the community out. The community was very respectful. The community here within these homes really helped out in getting it cleared out quickly, which was nice.
I know you're not releasing whose home this is, but any idea why he came here?
He knew them. He knows them. He knows the people that of the house he went to. It's not that he just picked the house and arbitrarily went in. He knew them, felt comfortable in being here.
But was this an area, I mean, I'm sure you guys talked to neighbors a little bit. I mean, it sounds like just from what we were hearing, a lot of people had never seen him here before.
Well, that I couldn't answer. Had he ever been here before? I'm told that he had been here before. But again, we're looking into it. We'll be interviewing all the neighbors and seeing if he has been here before and what type of behavior that he's had while here. So there's a lot of detectives that are out doing some good investigation right now as to the background of this guy. Again, I can tell you he is a known gang member, has a history of violence, and so that's who we're doing.
Have you guys learned anything more about what led up to the initial shooting that launched all of this?
Well, we have a little. I really don't want to go into get into the actual verbiage, but they did in fact get into a verbal argument. Resulted in him being very angry. She actually was holding her child, as we're told, at the time of the shooting, and he knew exactly what he was doing.
Any more information on their relationship? Were they married?
They as I'm told, they're not married, but they acted as a married couple, and the child was in fact theirs together.
If anybody's going to get arrested from the house where he was hiding?
No, not at this point. Everyone was very cooperative. He picked this home. They weren't harboring him or hiding him out in any way.
And how many weapons he had when you guys went inside?
Well, the detectives are just now going into the home. We have in fact located one weapon, and it's a .45 caliber weapon. It's a very powerful weapon, and again, it has the ability to be semi-automatic or fully automatic.
There's no
So
way you can tell the gun was stolen or not?
Well, we haven't got that far.
And as far as people in the house, there were, I think you mentioned a couple of people or a few people in the house when he had initially got there.
Sure.
They were all out, and he was the only one in there.
He was the only one in the house. Yeah, that was one of our primary concerns, is that we would have a hostage situation. We didn't want that. The officers on scene did in fact learn that there was 2 children and a woman still left inside. They had noticed that a woman had gone down the street from the home, contacted her, confirmed that he was in the home, and they used a ruse. And she called and said that she had broken down, and for them to come out. Officers escorted them out. They got safely out of the home. Detectives learned there was no one else left in the home, and then we became more comfortable with that.
So what's next for you guys? I mean, obviously the suspect self-inflicted gunshot
Sure.
wound. At this point, you guys believe he's the only suspect involved? I mean, what happens next?
He is the primary suspect. He is the only suspect. And even though he's deceased, we will carry on with the investigation. At this point, attempted homicide on both of them that are in the hospital. Hopefully it's attempted only, but I can tell you that they are fighting for their lives. The infant, they've had to revive twice. The female has gone into a second surgery now. So, we're hoping and praying that they come out at the end of the day okay. But we'll still investigate this as a crime all the way to the end, even though our suspect is deceased.
Was it a baby boy or a girl?
Was it a boy or a girl, the child? Are you releasing that?
It was a 9-month-old female.
All right.
Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you,
And
everyone.
all officers, everyone is fine?
Everyone is safe. They're all kind of airing and ventilating their uniforms. That gas, once it saturates and connects to the skin and the uniform, it's very difficult to get off and out of your skin. It's not a comfortable feeling by any means. When it was deployed into the home, there was a lot of movement inside the home. He was very uncomfortable in there, and obviously he came to one of two decisions. He was going to come out peacefully, or he was going to take his own life, and in this case, that's what happened.
Do you have anything else?
Cheryl, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.